This meeting is being recorded.
Yo, Nathan?
Hey, Jason, can you hear me? Hey, can you hear me?
Yo, Nathan?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up, brother?
Awesome. How you guys doing?
Good, man. You look pretty dressed up today.
Yeah, I was gonna go shoot ad creative. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, 100%, man, 100%. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. Got a little wrapped up. So, but we're here. So what's going on, guys?
Yeah. Does the polo shirt get a better CTR or something?
No, I just like the polo shirt.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Actually, I'll split test and see if it gets a better CTR with the polo.
Okay. Oh, man. Yeah,
Awesome. Well, what's going on?
Antoine, can you hear us?
Yep. How you doing, man?
Oh, man.
Hey, welcome back, my guy.
What's up, man? How you been?
Good, good. It's been a couple of days, like 3 whole days. You must have made a lot of progress.
Yeah, I think we spoke, what was it, Monday or Tuesday? Might have been
Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah, literally 2 days ago.
yeah, not too much. I mean, since last time we spoke, I was able to book one client for 2 cars. So, that's good news.
Okay.
Yeah, Nathan, I might have maybe 1 to 3 other guys hopping on today. What we were really hoping to do was kind of pick your brain. I know last time we talked about how you'd approach certain situations, like in theory, but we'd love to also just like a live role play with you, if that's okay. Just like see how you would handle yourself in those situations. Just throw as much shit at you as possible, and then obviously if Antoine has any specific questions, like feel free to go ahead.
Okay, awesome. So do you guys have any specific questions today, or did you just want to hop on a role play, or?
Yeah, I say I'll hop on the role play because ain't too much new happened since
I
last
mean, I
time.
actually did have one specific question. So I was calling up one of my clients' leads the other day. I told you about him. Basically, the guy was saying he's interested, but he doesn't have the money for right now. Call him back in 1 month. And I feel like it was kind of a smokescreen just because, I mean, he has a Range Rover, so he should have at least $800 in his bank account. So, yeah, I mean, what would you typically do in that kind of situation?
Okay, so the first thing I would do is I would tackle, first off, if he's like, I just really don't have the money, then there's 2 options. You can either, number one, understand this is a transactional sale, I just want to make the sale, nothing else matters, and you can push through, right? The whole stereotype of pushy salesman is true because a good salesman is pushy. A good salesman will continue to push until they just say, hey, look, I'm just not going to buy the service. Because that's when they're actually out, right? On the other hand, if you want to build a good client relationship, they think they don't have the money to. Just be like, okay, yeah, I totally understand. Try to either book them in with on a lower tier of service, or get a deposit, and then when they do have the money, they can pay the rest, right? And so there's those 2 options. First thing I would do is when they say they don't have the money, I'd say, oh, I didn't realize that you were in that kind of a situation, and so we go ahead and we agree with them, we empathize with them. Then we say, well, I'm willing to help you out, but I need to understand the situation fully transparently. I'll be transparent and honest with you, but you need to be transparent and honest with me. Is that fair? And then they'll say, yes, that's fair. And then I say, okay, awesome. So how much did you have set aside between like cash, checking, savings for something like this to invest into the vehicle to go ahead and improve its condition, right? And this is literally the exact objection overcome I use on this.
Yeah,
So
he countered with, yeah, I mean, it sounds good, but to be honest, I didn't know how much it costed, and I didn't really know what ceramic was. I'm interested, but let me just save it for 1 month, and then I'll be down to get it done.
So he didn't know what ceramic was. So it sounds like he's trying to take the frame of, oh, I was more so just interested in figuring out what this is. Is that correct?
That was part of it. Once he figured out he was interested, well, quote unquote interested, he was just saying, yeah, to be honest, I didn't know how much it would cost. I thought it cost less than this. Let me save up for 1 month. So it's just like I'm trying.
Well then, if he says I thought it would cost less than this, then that's an easy one. Just go ahead and say, oh, okay, yeah, no problem. I mean, how much were you expecting to invest into your
Mhm.
And then just then you're like, oh well, and then he'll name some random number, or he'll be like, oh, I wasn't really sure. I'm like, right. I'm like, because you didn't have any info. There was no way you had a frame of reference to know how much this would cost, right? And then they're gonna agree. And then you say, right. And so wouldn't it make sense that if we're protecting your vehicle for years, doing XYZ value add that he said he really cared about, right? Because during the call, they should be telling you things they care about. They should be telling you they want the vehicle to stay shiny. They don't want hard water spots. They don't want all the other things. wouldn't it make sense that if we're doing all these things that it was going to last for years, that it would be more of a premium level vehicle protection investment? And then when they agree to that, say right. And so, and then you look back into asking for the sale again.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So everything is just what is it? What's the phrase? There's a phrase in sales. I can't remember what it is because I didn't learn it initially. I had a buddy.
Looping them.
Yeah, I had a buddy tell me this phrase. I don't remember the entire phrase, but it's something along the lines of isolate, reframe. So you isolate, you reframe, and then once you reframe, you overcome, and then once you overcome, you try to sell to them again, or something like that. It's like some 4-letter acronym. And so when that happens, we want to isolate the objection. Hey, this is more than I was expecting. Because if you have 3 objections dealing with that once, you'll never win.
Yeah.
This is more than I was expecting. Well, wouldn't you expect it to be a premium investment? Yes, we retrained it. Then we can overcome it. Okay, awesome. So if you would expect this level of quality, then it would be a premium investment, and then we go for the sale again.
Okay, cool, man. But yeah, this call isn't for me. It's for Antoine.
I know. Yeah. I figured that would be helpful if he's running into that.
Appreciate it. It's good.
Awesome. So where do you guys want to start? Walk me through it. I'm just here to teach you guys the best way possible.
Yes, up to Antoine. What I kind of had in mind was, I know he mentioned that sometimes he'll get to the end and people will want to do the deposit and then they'll kind of give him some pushback. So if he could just role play, people give him pushback and you role play the detailer, that way we can see how you do it. That'd be great. Or if you want to kind of put him in the position, then you can critique his approach. That'd be really helpful as well. And
Yeah,
then
let's
also,
run through the same. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
man.
oh, and then also, like we discussed before, maybe we can even just pull up the track sheet. We can just go through each of the leads, each of the scenarios one by one as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Antoine, dude, walk me through it. Let's start from the very top. Like I am the customer, you're the detailer, and we're here to role play.
Okay, you're the customer?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, ring, you pick up. Hey, I'm speaking to Nathan.
Yes, it's Nathan. Who is this?
Oh, this is Antoine with Sensational Finish Detailing. How are you doing today?
Good. Sensational finish detailing. What company is that? Sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, so I have here you was interested in a ceramic coating. Do you remember seeing some sort of ad on Facebook or Instagram?
Oh, is that the thing that like your car is really shining and stuff?
Yes, absolutely. So did I
Okay.
catch you at a good time to chat a little bit?
I'm a little busy right now. I don't have a lot of time.
Okay, yeah. In the real scenario, I would just take that as just calling back later.
Okay,
Or
perfect. And
I would just say, okay, perfect. What's a good time to follow up with you?
So 2 things. Number 1, never say follow up. That's the F word in sales is follow up. Never say that. Yes.
Okay. I say
You
that
say
a lot.
follow up, someone's like, this is a sales guy, don't want to talk to him. Sales resistance shoots up. What's a good time to reach back out? That's a good way to say that, right? Second thing is that's like how often do you hear people are like, well, I'm kind of a little busy right now. I'm in the middle of something pretty often, right?
For the most part, it depends. If I'm calling in the morning, they said they're usually at work or something like that. So, I can say that's
Yeah.
understandable.
And so there's a super easy way to work on this. No one's ever too busy for a phone. Let's be honest. If your grandma called you and she like really needed to talk to you for the next 10 minutes, you'd find a way to make time for the phone.
Yeah,
Because that's your grandma. You're like, I love this woman. Yeah. And so never too busy for the call. You just need to keep them on the phone. And so every line of speaking on a sales call is just about getting another 10 seconds, getting another 30 seconds. Everything you say is just about getting another 30 seconds. And so instead of being like, oh, okay, well, when can I reach back out? I would just simply say, yeah, I totally understand, Antoine. So do you like have just maybe 45 seconds, 2 minutes, and I could just ask you a couple of questions so I can get some info ready for when I can reach back out?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're gonna say what? Because I'm being reasonable. You're gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Because I'm literally telling you, Yeah, no worries, dude. Absolutely. I will reach back out. Just people ask you a couple questions so I can have some info ready for you. So if anything, I'm doing something for you. So of course you can say,
Mm. Yeah. Okay, I like that approach. I like that because I actually, when I do get that, like I said, it's typically often when they're not busy. But I guess we could try to roll. We can try the route when if you say you're not busy.
okay, perfect. We'll go with that. I also, really quick, I also like that for when they say I really need to think about it. I say, yeah, totally, Antoine. You absolutely do that. I mean, this is a big decision, right? And then you're
Mhm.
always gonna say, yeah, that's why I need to think about it. I'm not the kind of person rushing into things. And I'm like, perfect. And so, what kind of information should I get ready for the next time that we speak, so that when you meet, so that you can go ahead and have the right information to think over. And then you'll say, oh, well, I'm just not the kind of person who rushes into things. I'm like, well, haven't you been looking at these for months? You went through multiple calls out here. You saw multiple ads, right? And so it's not like you're rushing into this. This is like you've been going through the sales catalog for months and you're finally at the dealership ready to buy your new car. It's not like it's a rush decision. You're just actually at the point where you're going to make it happen. And so you reframe it for them, right? And so you can use that friendly tone of just let me get the right info for you to get around those objections.
Okay. Okay. And that's for the basically they say they're too busy to talk right
If they're too busy to talk, or if they say I really need to think about
now. Okay.
it. Mm-hmm.
All right. Perfect. So actually, I can look at that. All right. What was the next thing? Okay. Let me ask you this. Do you know much about a ceramic coating?
No, I don't.
Okay. Perfect. Let me. What actually got you interested in a ceramic coating?
Yeah, I saw the ad and the car was really shiny. So I was like, man, my truck could really use that.
Okay. Yeah. So it does actually achieve that. It actually does a lot more actually. So I can give you a little rundown of what a ceramic coating does and how it can benefit your life of your car and your paint. So pretty much a ceramic coating, I like to think of it as like a liquid glass that goes over your entire vehicle. And prior to us actually putting the coating on your vehicle, we'll perform a one-step paint correction as well as a clay bar, as well as all the prep work that's included with our package. And pretty much this will keep your car looking shiny for the next 2.5 years. Anytime your car gets dirt or grime, anything like that, you can literally rinse it off and everything will just slide off like butter. If you want to achieve that showroom shine for longevity, the ceramic coating is the pretty much the only thing that does that on the market. Well, I don't say that, but pretty much, ceramic coating, that's what it does.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I don't think I've ever. Well, they say pretty much, and then I say, how soon are you looking to get this done for your vehicle?
I'm not in a huge rush, man. I mean, I'm just kind of, I saw an ad. It was super interesting. I mean, really, as soon as you guys have some availability, but like, it's not a huge rush. So if you guys are like, that, it's not.
Okay, okay, understandable. Let me ask you this: what is your vehicle?
Yeah, it's a 2023 Ford Raptor.
For a Ragnar, what color?
It's a blue, the light blue.
Okay, yeah, I always like to do dark color cars such as black, blue, or, even red. It always looks the
Well, it's
best.
more that lighter blue.
Hmm? It's
It's
more
more
light.
that lighter blue, like the electric kind.
Okay, okay. Even on lighter blue cars, it will still give that glass looking effect, similar to the ads
Okay,
that you.
cool. Okay,
Um.
awesome.
So do you want to move forward and possibly scheduling a test spot or getting you on the schedule?
Uh, I mean, I'm not against that. What's the price for something like this?
Okay, yeah. So we're actually running a promotion right now. So for the 2 year ceramic coating with the one-step paint correction included, and we are a mobile service coming to you. Everything's included in the price. That'll be $595 for your size vehicle.
For 595, and that includes the inside and underneath and everything.
No, so this price will include the exterior only, and if you want to get the inside done as well, we can do that. But the price will be 685.
Okay, and so wow, 2 years. I mean, so I have to have this reapplied every 2 years.
Oh, wow, they actually do ask that a lot. So um, Yeah, so to speak, just similar to a wax, it doesn't last forever. Over time, it does deteriorate and it will wear off your vehicle. But
So before we get into, sorry, Antoine. Before we get into objection handling, the reason you're running into these objections is the way you're framing the call.
okay,
And so now's where I'm often post instead of role playing. And so when you frame the call, you're missing a very important part of every call. The important part in the beginning of every call is the discovery phase. It's the understanding why that person's here, what they're interested in, what they want, right? And so notice after we confirm that I am who I am and that I have a minute, you never ask me questions about what vehicle I have. You never ask me why, like have I looked into different paint protection options? You ask me if I knew about a ceramic coating, but not if I looked into it before. You never ask me, do I get my vehicle detailed? How do I take care of my car? How long am I planning on keeping the vehicle? Which if you ask people how long they're planning on keeping it, you can pitch them the coding that matches what they said. And so if someone says I'm planning on keeping it for the next 5 years and you pitch them a 2-year coding, they're gonna be like, really? I have to get this reapplied over 2 years? I thought this was like a long-term thing. Right? Which is why you're running into that objection so often. Like your pitch is great. Like the glass like protection, the shiny layer of reflectiveness, that's awesome. What's wrong is you're not personalizing anything to the actual process.
okay.
Creating a pain point.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, this is Richard, by the way. He just joined with me.
All right, guys.
And
What's
he's been
going on, man?
He's been good these days.
How you guys
But,
doing?
Good, good. Just out here trying to make some sales, teach some sales riz, if you will.
Right now, you
Yeah.
guys, I'm on a boat.
Nice, nice. Love to see it.
Yeah, this has been a whole big project, man. This was
Dude.
actually my first one where I actually quoted and kind of screwed myself. Like I should have came out here and looked at it because I was expecting to like at least maybe half the size. Yeah, but yeah, that's one thing I definitely recommend is don't be afraid to go out there and do the estimate in person. You
Yeah,
learn the hard way,
definitely.
like this.
Yeah, absolutely. You should definitely do estimates in person if you're hiring to take a job. Really, anything north of like maybe $800 to $1,000, I'll really do an in-person estimate. It's not really. It doesn't take very long. At most, you're losing an hour. And if it makes you, let's say it takes 4 estimates to make an extra sale, so 4 hours for an extra $1,500 in work, right? Like total. Not the best return on time, not the worst. If you're not super busy though, you might as well. You know, awesome though. Let's go back into the training for what you're struggling with. And so in the discovery phase, when you start the call, after you confirm that they have time to talk to you, you need to understand money. And so, did you write down all the questions I told you already?
Pretty much how to take care of their vehicle. Have you how long they've been researching about ceramic coatings, um, and pretty much do they get their car detailed often? How long they plan on keeping the vehicle?
Yes. And so let's say I'm still Nathan. I still have my 2023 F-150. Do you go ahead and I say I'm planning on keeping the vehicle for 7 years? What are you going to go ahead and pitch me?
I'll say, okay, so if you are interested for a long term protection, we also offer a 6-year coating that might actually be better for you.
Okay. So you're going to shoot for a 6-year.
Yeah.
Okay. And so here's what I like. Because in sales, you can always go down. I can always take the price down for you. I can always take the level of service we're providing down for you. But it's really hard to go up. It's really hard. I know because I've done it. Okay. Now, the way you would go ahead and do some of this is, let's say they have a vehicle they're planning on keeping for 7 years, and you have an option between the 6 and the 10-year code. Which would you go with?
The 10. Well,
10.
Yeah, I say the 10, right? If you said they're only planning on keeping it for 7, well, probably the 6, because I mean, the last year they're going to get rid of it.
No.
Go for the 10, man.
Always go for the 10. Reason is the 6 might be a better option for them because they just get a 1-year reapplied super cheap, have it done for them, and they get the vehicle traded, right? But the 10-year matches their needs, and it's the higher ticket item. So if I put you a 10-year, it's going to be a $2,750, and we're going to do a 2-step paint correction. And you're like, this is just too expensive. I can always drop it down to the 6-year, and from that 6-year, go ahead and lower the price to the 400, 500 bucks, maybe lower a stage of paint correction and bring it down to 1,800, and boom, now that's in your price range. So always start with the higher end because you can always go lower to help out the customer and fit within their budget. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. So pretty much from the information and as you said, the discovery phase, finding out how long they're going to keep the car, that's where I know where to start them at with the price. And then from there,
Yeah, well, for my detailers, I actually tell them, I'm like, hey, do not start them at anything other than the 10-year. I tell my detailers to start them at the $3,000 for the 10-year coating and 2-stage paint correction and price anchor with that. And then say, but to be honest, I don't think you need all that. I think we actually need, and then bring them down to where they're at. Because if you tell them it's $3,000 at first and you tell them it's actually only $1,300, that is a huge weight off of them. So I have them price anchor with the highest ticket.
okay. Yeah, I never tried that approach. Okay. So pretty much.
I like. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, man.
I said I like how you were saying go high. I like to go high too, just in case when I start meeting resistance, I can kind of basically, like you said, just start lowering. Basically to where at the end I'm still at what I'm advertising it for the 550, right? So maybe start like 7, and basically, oh, it's too expensive, or I don't need that paint correction. Okay, well I can remove the paint correction, just do a polish for you, and basically start removing little by little things that are extra that I add in, like maybe the glass, or the vacuuming. Like I just slowly start taking out little things that basically, are a little to no effort on me that I put in the package, and making it look like, okay, you give me a deal. And so far they bite.
Yeah, and that's exactly how you're supposed to do it. So good job. Yeah, 100%. And so that's exactly how you're supposed to do it. You start high, you go low, right? And so that's the second thing I would do on the price drop, because when you do that, let's say that I'm making a couple 50 again, like in that role play. Number one, I'm not going to have that question of, so I have to reapply this every 2 years. Like, okay, well, that's lasting longer than I even needed to, so that's perfectly fine. And then I also won't have the statement of, I might tell you, oh, that's way too expensive. But instead of having to argue with me over price and trying to get me to pay that, you just say, hey, no worries. And so just so I can understand how I can help you best, what is the budget you're looking to stay within? And then you can go ahead and you can just get them to tell you, well, I would be totally okay with 1,500, but 2,500 is just way out of the price range. And say, gotcha. And so now that they've said 1,500 is cool, I'm just going to make them package for 1,500 bucks and get them to pay 1,500. Simple as that.
Okay. So you guys, y'all don't usually y'all typically don't. The first price you give them is not the price you're advertising, since that's basically the lowest price.
Exactly.
Yeah. So the first price we give them is the highest price possible. The price that we actually are selling is going to be whatever they're willing to go, right? And so, and the price that we're advertising is just a lead. And so, very worst case scenario, and let's say we get into the sale and they're like, oh, well, I saw it was $795 on the internet. I'm like, yeah, that is $795 for this different package. Would that work better for you? And then they say, yeah, that's what I was expecting. And I say, oh, okay, dude, my fault. My apologies. I had a misunderstanding. Let's just go ahead and move forward with that one. And then they just move forward, right? And so that's how you get the most money possible from each prospect.
Yeah, because I feel like if I would have been doing that, because it was some customers that was ready to jump on it with the price I told them, oh, that's really cheap. Yeah, I can book. And I was like, yeah, I probably could have got an extra few $100 out of that. So,
For real, that's like been my whole week.
So customers are fractal. What that means is a small portion of the customers can pay way more than the other portion of the customers. And so the 80-20, 1 out of every 5, so the top 20% can pay 5 times more than the other person. And so let's say everyone on this call can only afford 100 and Antoine can afford a 500, right? Then Antoine is the highest value customer here. But if I don't pitch every single one of you 500, I'm never going to be able to charge Antoine 500 because if I tell him it's 100, he's just going to jump on it. And so I may know that most of you are going to pay 100. I may know that that's going to be the average order value. But if I pitch all of you 500 and then I can take it down to 100 from there, when I get to Antoine, he has the funds to pay the 500. He's going to pay the 500. Now, don't charge 500 for a service you give everyone else for 100, but give them a higher level of service for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's how you do it ethically. Because if you don't do it like that, it's not ethical, and that's not good business at all.
Yeah. I agree.
Anyways, yes. So now that we've gone ahead and got to that, Antoine, we're doing some more role play. I know we had some. Wait. Sorry. We had someone else join. We're here on the iPhone 12.
Yeah, this is Marco and Anthony, my clients based out in Miami.
Marco and Anthony, what's going on, guys?
Hey, how are you, man? Having lunch here. Sorry about that.
No worries, man. No worries. Lunch at 6:30 tonight.
I know.
You guys are busy.
Oh.
No worries, man.
What's up, guys?
Nothing much. Just doing some sales role
What's up,
play.
Jason? What's up, Jason?
Oh man, what's up guys? How are you?
Doing good.
Yeah. We're doing a little bit of role play right now, and then I think Richard had a few questions, and we'll definitely make sure to get to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Awesome. And so, Antoine, do you have any other questions before I pass it over to Richard?
Let me see. Oh yeah, for when it came to like the deposit. So I run into issues sometimes when it's time to pay the deposit. They try to brush it off. So but you basically explain that. So yeah, I want to hear what Richard has to say. Maybe he can come up with some scenarios that will help me out.
Okay. Last week had a great freaking week, man. You know, super excited to be part of Jason's team. Appreciate all the work he's done for me already. But yeah, so last week, man, I was on it, right? I'm hitting the calls as soon as I'm getting the leads in. It didn't matter what time it was. If they was giving me the leads, you know, I reached out. If it was late at night, what I would do is I have a text message basically that says, "Hi, this is Ricky from On the Run Detailing. I noticed you're interested in ceramic, right? When would be a great time to call you?" You know, basically just that. So they have my info. I also in that text message is my business Google profile link and my phone number. But yeah, so they get back at to me. But right now this week, what I basically ran into a lot of was let me call you back. Like they basically got all the information from me. And after that, dude, like this lady today, she called me. Hey, I got a brand new BMW, you know, no scratches, okay? I did my discovery on her, okay? Tell me about the car. It's a new BMW, all black. She said, hey, I was like, okay, how's the paint on it? I was like, is there, in the sunlight, do you see any spider webbing or swirl mark scratches, right? So I know it's perfect. I was like, okay. Well, there's minimum paint correction. I was like, it's basically, it's going to start at 650, right? And she didn't budge on the price. She's like, okay. And then she's like, well, I got another one. And that's when she's like, I got another one. I got a Tesla that I want coated. And so basically what I do when people come with that, I got the two cars, you know, oh, I got another one. I mean, how many times have you heard that? But basically what I tell people is I got the BOGO deal, right? You buy one, you get one half off. And that's basically so I can get the coatings done that same day. So I'm not having to backtrack on that, right? So I try to do that with her and basically like send me your videos, right? Send her the videos, but now it's just silence. Tried reaching out to her a couple of times. You know, like she asked me to, haven't heard no response. So I'm not sure, like, do I just leave it be and just wait for her to come to me? Or do I continue to apply the pressure? Like her biggest concern was she wanted to see actual video work of me, right? Of my work. So of course I've had this week's coatings all, all in one small video, send them to her. I also send a video, right, where basically it says, "Hi, this is Ricky from On the Run Detailing. This is how a professional installs ceramic coating and why you might want it, right?" And it's a little quick video. It basically breaks down the process of ceramic. I send people that video, right, to educate them, to show them basically the steps that is going to happen while I'm ceramic coating their car. But yeah, so again, I'm just getting a lot of empty telephone lines answering me back and all that. I'm trying to figure out, do I keep pressuring? Do I, I'm waiting to, that lady is just one example. It's kind of been the same thing with all my leads this week. The same kind of thing.
I thought
I've
you just said
gone
you
out.
were you closed your schedule's packed out. You said earlier in the call.
I'm sorry.
Is your schedule packed out, or you like do you have a lot of opening? What's it look like right now?
Basically, I was booked until the 15th, basically. But how I do that is I basically leave every other day empty, right? For those ones that basically want it, I want it like ASAP. Like I'm since going with Jason, I've been able every day been able to squeeze one in on the fly, and so that's kind of why I've been booking them out like that. Is basically one every other day, was so I can have that day available to basically grab whoever's right there and not missing that opportunity. But yeah, so I'm booked to the 15th basically,
Of next
Uh,
month.
yeah, but yeah, no, we didn't even get to the booking day. Like basically, I told her that cause she, like I said, she wanted to see my work. I told her I could come out to her, give her an estimate in person, and actually give her a little demo where I basically show her what the paint correction would be like on the back panel or trunk or something, And basically, I get a lot of success doing that for clients because basically they see it within 5 minutes. Okay, he knows his shit. He knows what he's doing. He's not, just someone that's on Facebook making ads. But so that's kind of how I get my claim to legitimacy. Like, hey, I know this. But yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out, do I leave them be or do I keep on? Because like my first week doing this, it was like damn success. But this week is kind of like it was too much. Like
Okay, and so just so I understand correctly, you're booked till the 15th, but you're getting a lot of people who are like just not responding to your messages after the initial call.
yeah,
Okay.
like I'm booked, but
Are
I'm
you
still getting
still
my
booking people? Are you still booking people?
yeah, I'm still trying to book people, after the 15th. And like I said, for the days I have available, like I keep my weekends open mainly for my son. But if there's opportunity to make, some money, I'm going to hop on it. But that's just me,
Okay, so you're booked out pretty well. How many people? Because I know the feeling. Like it sucks. Because there's times where I'll like have 4 good calls, and then I'll have that one that's really shitty, and then maybe I'll have 2 or 3 good calls, and then I'll have that one that's really shitty again. And it feels like everything's shitty, but in reality, objectively, it's decent. But there's those couple sprinkled in. And so, would you say like a majority of your leads are like this, or it's just like every few calls or every few leads, like they'll just stop following up, they'll stop answering?
uh, every lead so far has been responsive, answered. If I didn't get a hold of them at that second, like I said, I have that little text message that's into my uh clipboard, and I send them that real quick, and then I normally get a response within 10 to 15 minutes. I think the longest I waited was an hour, but uh, she ended up actually booking with me the next day. Like so. It
So
was
she did
fun.
book.
Yeah, yeah. They're good leads, man. It's just I don't know like where I'm messing up because, like I said, it's basically the same script, right? I'm basically giving them
So
the same thing.
wait, just so I can understand properly. You get the lead, you shoot them a text, and you shoot them a call, and then you either book them on that call or you follow up.
No, I do the double call first, right? I do the call
Okay,
and
hold
everything.
on.
Yeah, if they don't answer, that's when I'll send them the text message like, "Hey, this is,"
Okay.
unless it's like 12 at night and I get that lead in. Like I said, what I'll do just so they have my number is basically I'll send them a text message. Hey, this is me. I'm reaching out because you expressed interest in ceramic coating, right? And when would be a good time to discuss ceramic coating?
Perfect. So Richard, you're not doing anything wrong. This just sounds like sales.
Okay.
Like I wish I could tell you that there's like a magical formula. If you go ahead and you follow up this way and you say these words and you do this thing, you'll get a huge improvement. But dude, you're booking your leads in. You're obviously profitable. You're following up, following up, following up. You're doing everything you're supposed to do. Reality is, dude, some people just aren't going to book. And like you told me, she just wasn't answering, and then she booked them the next day. Because some
Yeah.
people are just like that. And so there's no magic word track. There's no magic thought process. There's no magic follow-up sequence, right? It's just volume. And so, for example, when you opt into our stuff now, I realized this. And so I built out a 10-day follow-up sequence that shoots them multiple texts per day, multiple emails per day, reaches out to them, asking them to book a call. When they book a call, we call them multiple times. We send them text reminders. We send them case studies. We do all of these things because we want to build their trust and we want to stay in front of them as long as possible. You're calling them right away. You're texting them right away. You're following up with them. You're doing all the right things. It's just some people, even if you're the best closer in the world, you're not closing.
Yeah.
And I've met some people who are absolute savages at closing. Like, I mean, they are literally like these salespeople going to come. They've gone into companies and made them $1 million companies in less than a month.
Yeah.
They still don't close it.
I get you. I get you.
Yeah, and so you're not doing anything wrong, dude. Everything you told me is exactly how I would tell you. Just keep doing it, keep rolling with the punches, and you'll make your money.
Like, yeah. Because like I said, what my biggest thing too for how I want to sell to a customer is I want them to believe and feel like I'm the it. I'm the shit. I'm the rock. I'm whoever you. But basically, I want them to feel that okay, this motherfucker knows his shit. So I got different kind of ceramic coating like information packets. System X, the person the ceramic coatings I actually installed, they send me free brochures, right, with all my coatings. So basically, when I do a coating, I leave that little brochure in there, but I also got that brochure on a PDF so I can send it to people too. Like, what do you know about ceramics, right? And I'll do that. Like I said, I got that video, and it just depends on like their gauge. I'd be like, are you more comfortable with the video, or would you like to, a PDF on a ceramic? And most of them go with the video, but again, I got the PDF in case they want it. But yeah, my whole thing is basically I just want them to feel that they can trust me to do a good job and get the results they want.
Right. Yeah, dude, you're doing a great job about that. I mean, I take a very similar approach. That's why we spam the testimonials, case studies, and proof that we're good at what we do, right? And I mean, I feel bad for anybody who doesn't end up working with us because they're lost, right? And that's exactly how you should feel as well. And so you're doing great, man. You're doing everything right.
Thank you.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. And so, awesome. Who else has any questions?
Yeah, I guess that'd be either Marco or Marco Anthony or Zeke. I know Zeke's on here.
Yeah, Zeke left us. He doesn't like us anymore. He said that we made him too much money. He doesn't have any free time.
Well, actually, Richard booked 6K his first week. He was crushing.
Maybe
I know Richard's a savage. What's up?
before I have a new shop in Daisy. By the time when you have a question, Anthony's selling right now. Look, I didn't have my new shop. I just have a new shop now, and I want to see. Anthony is real right now. He's live right now. Best deals that we have almost. That's right. Okay, I'm gonna put you in the system. I'll follow up with you. Okay. All right. All right. Sounds good. All right. Have a good day. Bye bye. Nah, trash. What happened? What happened? He said he lost the vehicle in the floods. Oh no! He lost his car in the floods.
Oh yeah, you can't code a flood, dude.
All right. I had a question. Me and Anthony been debating on the deposit. So my customer seems to show up. I normally get the easy ones. I want to say, because we both trying to sell. And they show up. Anthony
Right.
somehow gets the harder ones, and he needs to get a deposit. Now, when I give Anthony one of my leads, I'm like, hey, relax. Don't ask him for a deposit because they're gonna show up. Now, sometimes they get scared off, and I get a cancellation, or they don't answer the phone anymore, thinking it's a ripoff, right? It's a something that is like a fraud, you know? What do you guys recommend? Because Anthony is able to get a deposit on the ones that bottom. What Anthony gets is the ones that don't want to book. What I get sometimes is the ones that like, okay, Marco, I'm coming on Saturday, no problem, and I have a show up ratio of about 90%. Anthony, on the other hand, he has the harder ones. He works harder to book his deals. Um, Basically, he has to get a deposit, otherwise he doesn't. They don't show up. So what do
Okay,
you
so
recommend?
wait. So Anthony, really quick, when you get a deposit from them, do they ever not show? Or do they show like 99% of the time?
What was that? What was that?
When you get the deposit, do they show up like 99% of the time?
Do they show up do they show up every time? Is what you're
Yeah,
saying?
when you get the deposit, yeah.
Yeah. I haven't had a no show.
Perfect. And so, Marco,
Yeah.
do you track your show rate? Like, could you pull up a spreadsheet right now showing every single person you booked in, everybody who showed up, everybody who didn't show?
Yeah, mine show up without a deposit.
No. Do you have a spreadsheet? Because a second ago you said 90% show rate.
Yeah, I have a few ones that didn't show up.
Okay. And so Anthony doesn't. So what this tells me is number one, take the deposit because everybody shows up if you take the deposit. So Anthony's right. And
Yeah,
number
they're
two,
more like
if you have an issue getting the deposit and Anthony doesn't, then that means Anthony, number one, he's better at sales. Like just from a skill level, he's better right now. Number two, look at the process Anthony's taking the leads through and copy his process. Because if he's taking them through a different process, he can get a deposit and you can't, that means that he's doing something right and you're doing something wrong.
and I did. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, and it sucks to hear sometimes because it sucks to hear sometimes I'm not as good at this thing. I'm not able to. This person's better than me, and I'm doing something wrong. They're doing something right. But that's the only way you improve in sales. It's the only way, and you need to take a deposit every time because if you can take a 50% show rate and add 25% to that, you essentially double a business.
That's
And
right.
so,
I
you
do get
need to get that solved.
okay. Yeah, and I do get times where like people don't want to leave deposit. Like I get a lot of times people just hang up and they're like, what do you mean leave a deposit? And I had already sent them a Google page and everything. I had already let them know how legit we were and everything like that. And they just don't want to do it. But that just lets me know that they were gonna be the person that would have wasted my time anyway. And then
Yeah, I know people like that.
yeah, and honestly, sometimes I feel like calling from a different number is good because once they hear your voice, it doesn't even matter they picked up the phone already. Sometimes they'll pick up a phone. If they know your phone number, they won't pick up. But you call them from a different number, they don't know who it is. They'll pick up. And then once you get them on the pitch, that's it. You got them hooked.
Oh yeah, 100%, yeah. No, I know people exactly like that. I've done exactly the same thing before. So yeah,
But
you're right.
it backfires on me sometimes, man. Sometimes people think I'm harassing them, and they'll like block my number and stuff like that. Sometimes it just depends. The right person is the right person. The people that you're not gonna book, they're just not gonna book, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, worst case, they leave a deposit and they ghost you, and you still make money, right?
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
so I need to get better at asking for deposits. I got it.
Not asking for deposits, it's required to book.
Okay. That's it. That was it. Deposit.
Perfect. Yeah, take deposits. Follow Anthony's sales process. Maybe let Anthony take a majority of the calls, record him closing deals, and practice saying what he said on those calls because that's how you're going to go ahead and improve.
That's what I've been doing, and it's been working better. Anthony getting most of the calls. Yeah.
Yeah, just if anything, if a call comes in and you're both in the shop working, Marco, you keep working, you keep doing your thing. Anthony, you go take that call because you're going to make the money.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, yeah, that's what I would do 100%.
I'm actually looking for people to train right now because I feel like I don't want to give the sales to someone, try to hire another salesperson when I'm actually.
No,
I'm crushing
you hire in laborers, you hire in people who can physically work, and you handle the marketing and sales.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to get them young cats, them little, them 16-year-old, 18-year-olds, so I can pay them, a good wage and where they stick it out and they're like, hey, let me get a little training with this. Let's see how
That's not
far
who you
they go."
want. That's not who you want.
Who I want.
You want people in their late 20s, maybe early 30s, not highly educated, so not college degrees, not doing a bunch of crazy stuff. You want to pay them a decent wage. You want them to have kids. The reason is they need the security. They are willing to work with their hands. They're willing to go out and actually do the work, and they're going to do a good job because they need the job to support their family. So that's who you want as an employee.
Gotcha.
You don't want the 17-year-old kid who's more worried about the fact that Sally agreed to go on a date with him and she might wear a 4-inch skirt instead of a 6-inch skirt, right? That's not who
Yeah.
you want. Who's gonna ditch work early and say he's sick because he wants to go meet up with Jenna before he's dating Sally. That's not who you want.
Sure.
Yeah.
Makes
And
sense.
so that's how you want to scale it.
Got it.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. And so, guys, does anyone else have any other questions, or is everyone kind of like dialed in and ready to go? Zeke, my man.
Oh, he's
All right,
frozen.
guys. I know I was asking if they had more questions, but Zeke, he's down here still. Zeke, we actually worked with him a couple of months back. First time I talked to him, literally, he was closing nothing. Walked through his whole sales process, fixed it, and this guy literally went on to book like what he booked in that first month, like 10, 12,000.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he popped the 10K mark.
Yeah, literally first month after like just doing one of these sales sessions with me. Then after that, he's been growing from there. So absolutely him. Zeke, what's going on?
Definitely. Not much. Just trying to get it done. You're right about that. Just that first meeting we
Absolutely
had
him.
really
Yes,
helped
I
out.
am. Yeah, you're an absolute him.
Maybe I'm trying to think of a question maybe I could give you. I guess it's just the deposit side. You know what I mean? For me, I think when I get the leads, I think I know if they're gonna be easy sell or not. But I do get a lot of like they're scared to give the deposit over the phone, you know. And like today, I got this dude and I tried to get the deposit over the phone, but he decided to show up in person. You know what I mean? I mean, I still got the deposit. I rather it in person, but people are a little. I don't know if I want to give this guy. I want the service, but I don't know if I want to give this guy the money over the phone. You know?
Especially if it comes across your business through a Facebook ad or something.
Yeah,
all them.
exactly.
I know what
You
you're talking
know,
about.
for sure. People are be like that, and I have like this week I probably had at least 2 or 3 people like, yeah, let's book until I tell them, yeah, so I take deposits for every appointment and whatnot, and you know how it goes, go city after that. But you know they're still workable if you keep pushing on them. But I have been getting that a lot, you know. Other than that, just trying to work these leads out. That's pretty much it. You know, deposits. If it wasn't for deposits, I'd probably be the month of July would be booked because everybody wants to book an appointment without a deposit.
Yeah, whenever they're gonna show is the question.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and that can be. It's like I've been doing that for a long time. You know, not no deposit. And it could be like a 50-50 sometimes. You know, like you don't know.
For me,
But
it's not so much getting the deposit than it is their address. Since I'm all mobile and I provide the services at their house, like I basically let them know, like, okay, you're booking for this day. If they don't want to do the deposit, right? I'm like, well, you're booking for this day. You're reserving these hours.
Perfect.
This,
And so, Richard, I hate to cut you off, man. I
Yeah.
have a hard stop in 5 minutes, so I really want to go through this. Zeke, let's role play I'm the detailer. I just told you it's $7.95, and I asked you for a deposit. Give me an objection. Go.
you need a deposit.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How much is deposit again?
Yeah, the deposit's super simple. For a ceramic coating service, we accept a 30% deposit, and so 30% of $7.95. Let's just say it's 200, guys. My math's off. It's $200.
Okay, when do you need a deposit by?
Yeah, so normally most of our customers just take care of it on the phone right here, so we can get you booked in. And like I said, it saves that date for you, so no one else can book in, and we're able to do it at your office like you saw.
All right, and give it a little thought.
Yeah, of course, man, of course. And just so I can understand, like, because obviously you're thinking you're gonna go over the info and everything. What exactly like do you need to put more thought on so I can get that information and get it together for you when I reach back out? Like, what do you need more information?
Honestly, I've been looking around. I just feel a little weird just giving over the phone, you know?
Oh yeah,
Like
I totally
I
get it.
just met you. I just met you today, so you know what I mean. Maybe I want to look you up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, totally, man. I totally get that. And I mean, it's not like I took you on a date first or anything before we hopped on the call, right? And then, guys, see, Antoine, remember the other day I told you I inserted a joke, I put humor into every objection overcome? Because he's feeling weird, he's feeling like uncomfortable. And so by making him laugh, making the joke, he's gonna be like, yeah, well, I guess. Like, right. And so I totally understand. This is like, have you booked a detail before? You told me earlier you haven't really done detail before, right?
Mm-hmm. No, I booked the detail before, but I never had to do a deposit.
Right, and I mean, why aren't you using that detail?
Um, I don't know. I just seen your ad and
So
yeah, I just
normally
seen
they
your
won't
ad
say
and that's
that.
why
The
I'm really
reason the
going.
reason they don't use a repeat service, because if you guys have the best barber in the world, you're gonna keep going back until they either die or if they really mess you up, right?
Mhm.
And then people are the same way about details. And so they're either gonna say they're either gonna say, well, he did a bad job or he's out of business. And so say hybrid things. They say either of those. Why
Yeah.
aren't you using him again?
So I guess he's not on anymore. You know, I don't know if he's out of business, but he doesn't answer his phone. So and I seen your ad and I don't know if he offers that. I know you do.
Totally, man, totally. So, I mean, is it cool if I like share why we kind of have to take a deposit? And so this is the frame I like to use called the have. Like it's not a choice. We don't want to do this. Like we prefer not to, but we have to, right? And so, see, what happens a lot of the time is kind of like what probably happened to you, guy, is detailers will go out, they'll book a ton of people in, but detailing, if you didn't know, has one of the highest cancellation rates in terms of just no showing up appointments of any industry out there.
I bet. I know that.
Yeah, exactly. And so even just for us to get the supplies together for your cooking, it costs us more than $300. And so just throw a big price tag, right? Then it costs us more than $300. And so all that deposit does is because you're going to show up. See, like if we get that date scheduled for the 17th, like we talked about, you're going to show up, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I always show up to my appointment.
Yeah, you're going to show up. You do want the ceramic coat, right? Like you
Yeah,
want
I
that
do.
shine, you want that protection and everything.
Yeah, my car's looking like crap.
Right, right. And you do want it to like have that like you're ready to take it back to the dealership and show them how it's better than when they came out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so it sounds like it's a good fit for you. But just for it to even be safe for us to take appointments, your last detailer probably went out of business because a bunch of people were no showing. That's just the truth, man. And so as long as you're sure that you're gonna show up, you're sure this is the service you want, and you're sure that date works for you, then it just makes sense for us to go ahead and just get you scheduled in, get you move forward. And if you change your mind for whatever reason in the next, by the end of tonight, just shoot me a call. We can always refund that back over to you if you shoot us a call before the end of the night. Does that sound fair enough?
You got me.
Yep,
Are we
then you're
offering
gonna
that?
agree.
You got
Are we
me.
offering a refund to them if they uh choose to cancel? Like
I
after
only do it, so it's called a defined refund. That's what I call it. It's a technique I like to use. I've never seen anyone else do it, but I love to do it because it works so well. And so I give a no questions asked refund if they contact me within X period of time.
okay, yeah.
And so let's say it's 5 o'clock at night and I know the shop closes at 6. Dude, if you call us back by the end of business hours tonight and you want our refund, I'll 100% refund it. After that, it's non-refundable just because we're going to order the supplies and everything. But up until that point, if you just change your mind, totally cool. And most people will have buyer's remorse the next day or 2 days later. And so at that point, you say, oh, well, we already ordered the stuff. Like, sorry.
Yeah, I've only actually had one person reschedule, and that was actually this boat I'm doing right now. Like literally, I was supposed to do this on Tuesday, and he was still out of town. He's a contractor, and basically, he hit me up on Sunday and was like, "Hey man, do you mind if we do this Thursday?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." Especially since he reached out days before his detailing. But if he would have done that like on within the 24 hours, I'd be like, "Heck no."
Right, right.
Like not to be an
Yeah,
asshole or
definitely.
anything, but like basically that would have been, screwed up my whole little, money situation.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely. So yeah, you absolutely, dude. I totally agree with you. I totally get what you're saying. Yeah, that's why deposits are so important. But guys, I gotta bounce. Zeke, keep killing it. Actually, you know what, Zeke, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you shoot like just pick your phone, be like, hey guys, I'm Zeke, and just film a little testimonial about how much the sales training helped you start closing ceramic coating leads. Reason being is I'm making some more ads, and I'm like trying to get a bunch of testimonials from someone. I know you were able to close like
You
12
want me
in
to, so
like
you want to
30
put me in
days.
your ad?
Yeah, 100%.
I gotta comb my hair, bro.
Dude, you're always looking gorgeous. The pearly whites are out. Just film it right after this.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Just say, yeah, after I worked with Nathan, Detail Launch, did some sales training with them, started to close like a madman, made an extra 12K in 30 days, and just tell them if you like the sales training or not. If you don't like it, you can tell them that. That's cool.
Mhm. Yeah, cool. I
Awesome.
got you.
Awesome, dude. And Richard, you keep killing it. Don't be in your head, dude. You can't close
Yeah.
everybody. Just
Got
don't
you.
be in your head. Don't overdo it. You got this. And Jason,
Thank
you got anything else?
Yeah, it'd be like that, bro. I had somebody who did there was a mobile, I was trying to book it and they didn't sound like they wanted me to go to their house. And I was just like, whatever, It'd be
Yeah, it is
like
what it
that.
is.
Yeah.
Awesome, Jason. Well, dude, I'll catch you later, man.
All
All
right.
right, take care, bro.